This is my new Nano shrimp tank, and it's one of my most original projects I recently made. Why? Because it has two modes, day mode and sunset mode. And the best part is, it doesn't require any filtration or heater, and it's actually quite easy to build. So let me show you step by step how I did it, so you can try it yourself. This is the tank I will be working with. It's 30 by 20 by 20 centimeters and holds about 12 liters of water. So it's perfect for beautiful nano shrimp tank. To make it even better, the only equipment I will use here is the light, and that means only one plug. Okay, but let's get to it. As a base for this build, I will use river rocks. They are quite big for a nano tank, and they are not exactly beautiful, but it doesn't matter right now. Here's why. I want my tank to resemble dark, dense and very atmospheric forest, with some kind of a narrow path in the middle. This is why on both sides I'm stacking island-shaped structures made from those rocks, so my forest will grow on top of them. So I guess it will look something like a small gorge. Something like this. That's perfect. Now, to secure those rocks together, I will glue them using cotton pads and cyanoacrylate glue. You don't have to worry about those white patches, I will cover them later. I do the same on the second side of the tank. Now we leave the glue to settle, and in the meantime we can work on the trees for our forest. To make trunks for this forest, we will need few pieces of spider wood. We are looking for this kind of longer pieces with not that many splits. They don't have to be very straight. A bit of twists and curves will make them look more realistic. Now, using some pliers, I cut them into small pieces. Length of those pieces depends on the height of your tank. In my case, it's around 15 centimeters. And now, very important part. I need to sort them based on their thickness. This is important because we want this tank to look much bigger and create great depth effect with those trees. I will explain in a second. Now let's get back to our rocks. As you can see, they are now stuck together and very stable. I took them out of the tank because we have some gluing to do, and it will be easier this way. Now, starting from the biggest and thickest branches at the front, I glue them one by one to our rocky islands. This will create an effect that this tiny forest is much bigger and deeper. Smaller trees will go to the back, and they should look like they are very far away. Again, I use cotton pads and cyanoacrylate. I try to spread my trees all around my islands. The only thing I focus on is their thickness. It takes few tries sometimes, so be patient. And again, you don't have to worry about those white pads being visible. After a few minutes of work, check this out. It looks quite good already. And make note how this small branch looks already. Like it's very far away, right? And this is exactly the effect I was going for. I'm continuing to glue those trees until both islands are just full of them. This is what I got for now. First of all, look how stable it is. Those trees are not going anywhere. And second, when those islands are standing next to each other, it starts to look exactly as I planned. Good perspective and very good effect of depth. So, let's continue with the next stage. Now we need to cover those white glue marks and make this forest wilder. And to do that, we will use Marimo Moss balls. I absolutely love Marimo. They are great material to work with. If you are interested in Marimo, I made a full video about them. You will find the link in the description. So to cover those rocks, bases of trees and ugly contact points, I can just take a piece of Marimo ball and glue it there. It's very easy to shape, and it will stick to anything with small amounts of glue. Look how quickly it transforms the entire structure. Check this out. I have an ugly contact point, right? So, few sweeps of glue, small Marimo stripe, and there. It all starts to look good, doesn't it? I keep doing it until I cover all bad looking parts and most of the rock. And of course, I do it for both islands. If you are wondering, this towel I placed here is to protect my new cabinet from eventual spilling. I suggest you do the same when you're gluing a lot. But anyway, look now. It looks amazing already. So much better with Marimo balls on them. To make it even more detailed, I added 2 small Anubias plants, but it's not necessary. It looks fantastic even like that. Before we move on to the next stage, I have to put it back to the tank. Yes, it looks fantastic, very natural, and fits there perfectly. And now it's time to put some branches on top of those trees, to connect both those islands together. This is why I had to put them back. Later it would be very difficult to move them inside without any damage. I'm connecting them with random pieces of small spiderwood twigs. Don't worry about the final shape, it just needs to be stable. I'm just gluing them to my trees in all contact points, and that's it. This number of branches was enough. Oh yes, it's better with every step. It really starts to look like a forest. If you like, you can add more small pebbles with Marimo to make it even greener and wilder. So play with the design a bit, until you're happy with the result. Now it's time to add our path through the forest. I use sand that will make the nice contrast with the rest of the build. There. Build is almost complete, and now we are ready to fill it with water because the final step will come after that. Look at this. Yes, I love the look already. I almost don't want to continue and just leave it like this. This Marimo under the tree looks so amazing. Ah, just wonderful. But I have to make the final step to complete my vision. We need to add some leaves to make those trees look complete. You might be wondering why now after water is inside. Well, this is why. We will use floating plants for this, Riccia. All I need to do is put enough of it on the water surface, and that will make those trees look very green and dense. And the best part is, I don't have to glue anything. I have a lot of freedom on where to place it, and it looks great immediately. Look how quickly it changes the entire look. Riccia will naturally mix with those branches and just stay in place. How great is that? Okay, we are slowly getting there. I can play with light placement to see what works best for me, but in general, we are done for now. We just need to leave it like this for the tank to settle and Riccia to spread a little bit and grow around those trees. And then I will show you what are my real plans for this amazing nano tank. And 2 weeks later, our nano shrimp forest looks just amazing. It's very wild, dense, filled with tiny details and full of life. During the day, it looks like a tiny forest from fairy tale. But what makes it really unique is what happens after the sun starts to go down. Last sun of the day starts to shine through those trees. It's incredible how cool it looks with just few simple tricks. To create this effect, I placed small orange filter behind the tank and used this little torch to shine through it. I can play with the placement to get different effects. I can see how it shines through the leaves, how it hides between the trees, and finally, how it sets behind the horizon. What an amazing end result. And can you believe how small this tank really is? You can put it basically anywhere. So honestly, try it yourself. You can be amazed what you can do with very simple ingredients. Let me know what you think of it, and comment below what is your favorite time of the day for this tank. I'm super curious to hear from you. For now, thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next one.